Sure. Here's a 500-word story that explores the topic. I'll reveal a secret to you. 99% of people don't know how to drink water. How to recover health in an engaging narrative format. The Water Code, a secret to healing. Dr. Elias Ree was known in his community not just as a physician, but as a healer. At 67, he looked 45. His skin glowed, his voice had a calm depth, and he never seemed to get tired. When asked about his secret, he would always smile and say, "You're not ready to hear it." But one day, in a quiet health seminar in a small town, he leaned into the microphone and finally said, "I'll reveal a secret to you. 99% of people don't know how to drink water." The room fell silent. Murmurs rose. "Isn't it just drinking?" Someone chuckled nervously. But Dr. Ree continued, "You were told to drink 8 glasses a day, but no one told you when, how, or why in relation to your body's natural rhythms. Most people chug water during meals or ignore it until they're already dehydrated. That's not hydration. That's damage control." He clicked his remote, and a slide appeared on the screen. The rules of real hydration. "First," he said, "drink water as soon as you wake up. Your body has gone 6 to 8 hours without any fluids. A warm glass of water first thing in the morning jump-starts your metabolism and flushes toxins from your liver and kidneys. It's like hitting the reset button." "Second," he said, "drink 30 minutes before meals, never during. Water dilutes digestive enzymes when you drink during eating. That bloating and fatigue after meals, it's partly because you're drowning your stomach acids. Third," he paused, "listen to your body, not your thirst. By the time you're thirsty, you're already 1 to 2% dehydrated. That may sound small, but it can cause brain fog, fatigue, and anxiety." The audience leaned in. "Last," Dr. Ree said, "sip, don't gulp. Your kidneys can only process so much water per hour. Gulping liters all at once just strains them, leading to frequent urination, not hydration." He walked to the front of the stage, holding a simple glass of water. "I had patients who were on 5 medications. With the right water habits, many reduced or even eliminated them. Why? Because real hydration helps regulate blood pressure, clear skin, aid digestion, support brain function, and boost energy." The silence in the room wasn't disbelief. It was realization. Dr. Ree raised his glass and smiled. "Water isn't just a drink. It's your first medicine. Respect it, and it'll heal you." From that day on, people in the town started treating water differently. They woke up to warm glasses, they paused before meals, they sipped throughout the day. And in a few months, they noticed something remarkable. Clearer minds, lighter bodies, calmer moods. It wasn't magic. It was just water, finally understood. Want a voiceover version of this story or need it trimmed down for audio use? Just let me know. Absolutely. Here's an additional 500-word paragraph continuing the story of Dr. Elias Ree and the life-changing impact of learning how to drink water properly. As months passed, Dr. Ree's message rippled far beyond the quiet little town where it began. It started with a few people: an exhausted school teacher, a former athlete battling chronic joint pain, and a teenager plagued with migraines. Each of them followed Dr. Ree's hydration principles, not as a quick fix, but as a new lifestyle. And one by one, they noticed changes they hadn't expected. The teacher found herself waking up before her alarm, no longer reliant on caffeine to function. The athlete's joints stopped aching every morning, and the teen, her headaches vanished within 2 weeks. Word began to spread, not through advertising or social media hype, but through neighbors, coworkers, and families who saw visible, undeniable transformation. What intrigued people most was not just the physical changes, but the mental clarity. "It's like I've been half awake for years," one man said at a community meeting. "I thought it was age, but maybe I was just dehydrated for a decade." People began to connect dots they had never considered. Brain fog after lunch, tension headaches in the afternoon, sudden cravings for sugar, all symptoms, as Dr. Ree had taught, of silent dehydration. The realization was both liberating and frustrating. Liberating, because the solution was so simple. Frustrating, because it had been under their noses all along. Dr. Ree continues at community centers and small clinics, but he always refused to turn his method into a flashy brand or product. "You can't bottle common sense," he would say. He wasn't selling water filters or hydration supplements, just awareness. What surprised even him, however, was how resistant some people were to change. "I already drink coffee. Isn't that hydration?" some would ask. "I just forget to drink water," others admitted. So Dr. Ree began reframing the way people thought about water. He asked them to treat it not as a chore, but as an act of self-respect. "You wouldn't let your car run out of oil, would you? Then why run your body dry?" Inspired by this message, schools started incorporating water breaks between classes. Offices added hydration reminders to their computer systems. One local hospital even began educating patients on pre-surgery hydration, noting that better hydrated patients recovered faster. It wasn't long before researchers started paying attention. A small university conducted a study with volunteers who followed Dr. Ree's method for 8 weeks. The results were startling. Improved cognitive performance, better sleep quality, lower blood pressure, and reduced inflammation markers. Still, Dr. Ree remained humble. When asked in a radio interview how he discovered this miracle method, he simply said, "I didn't. Your body already knew. I just reminded you to listen to it." And maybe that was the greatest secret of all. Not just how to drink water, but how to reconnect with the quiet wisdom of the body itself. Water wasn't the healer. It was the medium through which the body healed itself, once again proving that the most powerful medicine on earth is often the one we take for granted every day. Let me know if you'd like this turned into audio or need it formatted for another medium, like a blog, video script, or email. Certainly. Here's an additional 200-word paragraph that continues the story and ties everything together. As the movement quietly gained momentum, something remarkable began to shift, not just in bodies, but in attitudes. People no longer looked at water as a bland necessity, but as a foundational pillar of their wellness. They took pride in carrying their glass or steel bottles, sipping mindfully instead of absent-mindedly chugging sugary drinks. Even children began reminding their parents, "Did you drink your water before breakfast?" Communities once plagued by chronic fatigue, low moods, and poor concentration were slowly transforming, not with pills or extreme diets, but with consistency and consciousness. Dr. Ree watched it all with quiet satisfaction. To him, this wasn't about hydration alone. It was about waking people up to the power they already held. Health doesn't have to be expensive, confusing, or trendy, he often said. It starts with something as basic as honoring your thirst before it cries out. In an age overwhelmed by quick fixes and gimmicks, the return to water was more than a health tip. It was a quiet revolution. And at the center of it stood a simple truth, passed from one person to another. When you learn to drink water the right way, you don't just hydrate your body, you start to heal your life. Let me know if you'd like this compiled or repurposed for any other format.